Okay, so this is how I do the salt mix. I'll try to do it with one hand. So I have the water going, the bubbler in there, and then I just slowly add the salt. And that's 2 of these to 1 of these so far. And then I make it mix, and then I'll check it back probably in about half an hour and the salinity is. Yep, so I do my mixes now. Alright, it's 1 o'clock, November 3rd. 1 a.m. Yeah, see there? I couldn't sleep. I was doing some maths in my head trying to figure out something. I went to my bedroom house and drink 2 cups of coffee and, burn some ganja and come home and burn some more ganja and just thinking about the tank. And so I wanted to test out my water change system. So that was the next step that for the upgrade, and I keep on asking myself what's next. So I wanted full capacity of what can I have, what's the maximum amount of water I can store fresh water and have the waste containers as well underneath here. And oh my god, this thing was just baffling me. Till today, a friend of mine, Peter, came in the store and we're talking about it, and I was backing and forth, should I go to an aquarium style mixing tank? And everything around it just tells me the glass is just going to be the best option, no matter what you look on it. So here it is, went and saw that he was doing the same thing. He had a 10-gallon mixing station, same 10-gallon tank. I have this 10-gallon tank sitting down here empty, not doing nothing with it. And this is the configuration I came up with. So this is what's going to, so I don't want to disturb the fish them, You can see when I come from here, so you can see the tank, and it's on top of, yes, you're right, 2 aquaforce buckets. Because these 2 aquaforce buckets now will be the waste. So the dose will pull from the 10-gallon tank here, and I've worked it out. So I'm now calling my tank 60-gallon tall with that my little bag, everything 60 gallons. So what this 10-gallon tank will give me is at least a 15% water change, because I can effectively mix and do a water change of up 9 gallons out of this easily, leaving about a gallon to spare, so not pulling up the dredge from the bottom. So I can always do a maximum of 9 gallons here, which gives me 4.5 gallons between the 2 buckets as storage. So once a week, no, this is where the tricky sort are going to come in now, because I'm using 2 buckets for now. The idea probably is going to be 1 bucket, but for now this is sort of what I have, and the waste will then be very ingeniously set up. I'm trying to avoid having to come underneath here like every 2 days, because that's where the maths was leading me to. If you use the 5-gallon bucket and you want to do at least a 3-gallon water change a day, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to have to come underneath here every day. So I'm like, okay, for the 2-gallon water change, that means I come here every 2 days and I move the hose over. So this is going to be best set up as 1, or I'm going to split the tubing. I'll figure out some creative way how to make this work and play with this, or might just scrap this, get another 10-gallon tank and put it right there. Put it right there, but I'm not sure that I want to do that because of the weight. So this is going to work somehow. Watch me on it. Yeah, so this is me playing around at night. That's my current mix now, and I'm now officially abandoning the buckets as long-term mixing stations. They just build up. It's too difficult to clean them, especially when because of our hard water and the calcium build up in here. It's going to be way easier to keep the glass cleaner and get out the debris and make sure I don't have, you know, much of that build up residue moving from mix to mix. Alright, okay, I think I figured it out. So here's what I'm going to do. The two buckets I'm going to stay right there, and I'm going to run so the dose is going to sit between these two here, and it's going to look slightly elevated, and so everything's going to be sitting in this enclosed chamber. Remember, the leak detection center is in there, and the entire base is already sealed. You know, this is also another opportunity if I wanted to, but I'm not going to bother. I like it as it is. I've silicone that already, so there's nothing seeping out. It would have to rise and fill up in that chamber to come out. So the leak detection center sits in there, and then what I'm going to do is when I am returning the how should I put it? The return water, right? The waste water. When it gets here, the line is going to split in two. But creatively, how I'm going to split the line in two is one is going to go down into this side, and on this side, I'm going to have a solenoid valve. And then the other line going here is going to come off at a T and then go up and then come back down. So like at a loop. So basically, in normal running condition, it's going to run down and go to this one. The level sensor will be in this bucket as well. So when it gets to a certain point, either by pumping volume and by the level sensor, the solenoid valve will close, and then this line will shut off, and then all the water will fill up back into the loop and come back into this bucket and finish filling up. And so that way I don't have to be going in here at all. And I remember this because I have a free FMM, and I thought about the solenoid valve. I said, but no, I'm not going to go buy no FMM, and I can't. But wait, I'm not using the FMM for my top up anymore. I'm just using it for the optical sensor that's up here. I'm like, shit, that means that I have that space here for to go buy the solenoid valve, since I'm not going to plug in the PMOP. So see it right here. So perfect that I have it. All I have to go to now is buy the solenoid valve. I already have the power supply for this, so it would need a power supply. So I'm just going to put it back in the power supply, get the solenoid valve, and get the tubing. I should have enough tubing, but then the tubing and the T connectors, and that's how this will set up. So I will have 9 gallons of water here being circulated. Oh, I also changing my ear stones. So I'm abandoning the sand disc ones. No matter what I do over time, 2-3 uses, they start to get clogged up on you. So before I move to a pump, because I'm trying to avoid putting a pump in here. I have the pump, you know, but if I don't have to put another powered unit, I really am sticking with the ear. So I bought a different type of ear stone, you know, the one I've used before, which is the long tube one. So it's just for circulation. So I'm gonna try that one in there. I don't think that's going to get blocked up, like, and not, even if it does, if I have to go and change a couple of them, we'll see. So I bought the tube one. So that's going to be the new ear stone for this tank, and I have the glass lid courtesy of my brethren Peter. Again, he had this 10-gallon spare lid sitting down, so this will be the lid for the tank, and that will be, this is now the layout of my new 15% automatic water change system. So what I'm designing it to do is effectively, let's make sure I count it right. That would be how many gallons? 3, 6, is going to do 15%. So that's 9 gallons. I'm going to be doing 9 gallons over the period of 5 days. So it's going to be like a little less than 2 gallons a day. So yeah, a little less than that. So you know, a gallon and something, a gallon and a quarter or something like that every day. So that was sort of that's a nice goal. You know, that gallon a day plus, you know, for this size tank will really make a difference. So I look forward to putting that on now that I've figured this out and I know what to get. I know the reservoir system already have the dose, so it is coming to a really nice place. I feel, well, obviously with the space underneath the cabinet here, I have abandoned somewhat the idea of the ATK, however not totally, because I still have it. As to what I can do, maybe if I find a slim enough reservoir to fit in a little space back there, I might drop it back in and run a tubing and have the tubing connect up here into the bag. This is where I would ideally want to drop that. So that was my next thinking, is if I can find something narrow enough to fit right here. Don't know that I will, because of really tight space. I don't know that I have any more space for holding any water. So that's the only thing, and I don't miss it. Quite frankly, I actually prefer the ATK just telling me, hey, go get some water and top up my tank, than relying on the pump. Honestly, this way it gets topped up and I know, versus shit, how long it wasn't working. Seriously, I prefer the reminder, and I think I don't miss it and I'll stick with it. Certainly it is well, it's something easy I could teach my son, and if I really had to, I guess I could really install the ATK if I'm going to travel. I just drop a bucket like I have it right here, so just drop the bucket there and just have the cards over, and you know, I could always do that if I have to travel. Yeah, but while I'm here and I'm living and I'm around the tank, I don't need the ATK. So, but when I am going to travel, then I can always put it back online, and that's sort of how I go and run it, because I prefer doing my top up and like water in my bag. It just feels nice. I just go for my little water bucket and water. So anyway, this is it. You wonder what I'm doing with my kids' blocks. These pieces of foam are amazing, and I'm gonna just put a few pieces underneath between my piece of board here and the base of my little platform for my tank, so it don't spin and move. Just some stabilization, and that's it. So this is the solution I've come up with. I can't wait to activate it and have this now on an automatic water change system. Oh, I'm coming, almost there, almost there, almost there. Oh, before I fill up, I should show you something. That one of the other thoughts about optical sensor, but I'm not gonna do it because I think I'm too afraid to do it. I'm definitely too afraid to do it. I wouldn't take that risk. By relying on the optical sensor as a fail-safe backup for running water changes with this pump, based on just flow rate. So it would be like, all right. And I can do it to the apex. Turn on this outlet for let it run for like 10 seconds. Yeah, we know the flow rate from the pump already, but again, it's like trying to use that as a dose. So I'm not going to do it, but I love the thought. And oh, by the way, you let my new backdrop. You know, I forgive a big up to my sister and them. You know. This is a company that I did a lot of marketing for. This is the first hemp-infused vodka in North America. And I use it as a backdrop here because I did a lot of marketing for them, trade shows and stuff, so I kept it. And you know, every day now and then I come underneath here, I said to myself, Wayne, why do you have a backdrop? Something at the back here to protect your couch. you know, the mixing station and everything is on splash. I've always been so careful that I've never had any issue. Nothing, there's no markings on my couch. You've seen I've been running this literally mixing station right here, so and not a salt grain. So, but anyway, I found one of my boards that I used to do at the trade shows. I just fit perfectly. See them here? Liquid chicks. Yo, man, give you a big up, Brenda. Yeah. So this is I still have a bottle of this thing, you know. Wicked blood clot vodka. Anyway, so this is where we are at now. I'm going to fill. I just want to just tell you there are many other ideas I have, and we'll just see which resonates with me. Morning, everybody. Just showing you my journey on improving my mixing station. So I got Impulse 400 Seachem pump. I think this is a very handy pump to have around because it's so multifunctional, especially that it is dry wet functionality. This is the seller for me. Yeah, good flow rate. So this will be able to do many things. I'm going to use it for my mixing bucket. I'm going to use it for removing and putting water in the tank. It's just a versatile pump to have around for just, you know, basic movement around the water, some little things. Could be like a power head, can do many things. So this is the pre-mixing station now. So I've already added what I think is equivalent to what would mix about the 9 gallons of salt in here. So I'm going to just have this mix it out for about an hour. Then I will, you know, carry it through my pre-filter, put it in the tank and have it continue mixing. So that's the plan. Right, I must admit I'm really looking forward to the inline function of this pump. So first, to get to this part here, you have to pull off the cover plate. It can feel a little stiff at first. You're not going to break it, just pull. To show you this little grip part here, you know, what I did was a little rock, and I found that it was easy to just pop. So pulling straight at the time might feel harder, so I had to tilt it a little bit and pull, and then this came off. This also was a tricky part. This was a flow regulator, so this sits right in the middle here. This is a piece that you actually turn up or down. I don't think I'll ever really need this. I don't like the idea of flow regulators and pumps, so this is going to be off. So, and reason because I'm running this in line, so it has to anyway come off. And this is a fitting. So this is the fitting that screws on in here. Then I have already my pre-cup tubing. I have some elbows and some ball valves. So I'm going to set this up now. This is going to be the new water change system. I'm excited to try it inline, so that I don't actually have to put the pump in the water. That was attracted me to this idea. So yeah, here we go. I turn off the light, so you kind of think sort of see it a little differently. So it's a spin stream working. I just suction cupped onto the back of the glass, and the 2 ear stones are working. So and the heater is on. This is really good mixing. You can see how the flow is. I'm giving it the best mix that I possibly can. You're gonna just run. That's it. I'm deciding. I'm gonna try it this way now and just see how the mix looks to me. Alright, I think I'm ready to try it. I don't even know if this is, I'm assuming it's a self-priming pump. I don't know. There's nothing in the manual that says anything. So I'm going to just put this end into the tank, and I'm going to turn on the power of the pump, and I'll see. Have this down about here, so you can see it right here. It just bend across under the glass. And now I'm going to flick the switch, like my drive, gas and brake. Use my hand. And let's see what happens, Lord. Yeah, so I'm beginning to think I need to start the siphon for this pump, because it is not self-siphoning, so I'm going to definitely have to start the siphon. It's not powerful enough. I'm going to shut it off. It's working. Look, see the water change here? Look at that. I just had to prime the line. And it was so easy to do. Roll straight to my sink. No more lifting up a bucket. And 10% down. Lock it off. Pull it out. Break the siphon. And there we have it. Man, oh man. That was the fastest I've gotten water out of this tank. Okay. Now, and there we are. Dropped it right down. Right to the 10% mark. And now, we'll do the reverse by putting it in. Here's a simple setup now. To pump the water back in, it's just the same extension. The pump just goes in the sump, sitting down in the filter sock. And what I'll do differently now is that when it runs dry, I'll plug it out. And then I'll pour the water into this other bucket over here through the filter sock. So that because the pump is so strong, the last time what it did, it actually pulled the sediments through the filter sock back into the tank. So I learned from that the last time. So it will only pull the clear section of the water. Then the tank will be light enough. And I'll pour the rest out through the filter sock and finish it in. Yeah? So, as usual, doing this thing with one hand so I can see is a tricky part. There we go. Started. Just like that. And again, just so you can see the flow rate. Let it up a little bit and see. See? Very nice and easy entry into the tank. I can run it across the barge, top of the barge. See what's in there. Of course, here my alarm's going off. Yeah. And so the filling goes. Rather easy, very simple. Very little movement, lifting I should say. I have only lighter lifts. There's no such thing as none because this is manual. Just a easier manual. Yeah. But I recommend if you are doing this for the long term, avoid as much lifting as you can. Use these tools, they will help you and make it more enjoyable. But you will have light lifting. So we are about, let's see, we stand up, stooping. Yeah, taking the time come up. I already checked the temperature. So the temperature going in was about the same. You guys getting a nice water change. And I'm curious about the pH. The pH has been really jumping around. I'm going some low levels on the apex, even though I calibrated it. The API says no, it's 7.8, don't worry about it. But I'm doing a water change anyway because I did feed the tank heavily this week. So it's due for a nice juicy water change. This is what's the reagents from the Trident. I have to calibrate you today. That was said I was gonna do that. Ay. Time goes so fast. Alright, so we are slowly moving up. Let me make sure you're standing up straight, Mr. Pump. Good. So that's him there. Alright, stand up again. See what the flow looks like still? Yeah, so this is the rate at which the water is returning into the tank. A nice, slow, gentle fill, which is totally opposite to what I used to do with the flushes. I can't do it anymore because of the cores and all they've been placed. So this is what we're doing now as we have developed our practices. I see a Senai hanging off. I'll soon fix you. Oh, the Senai has been offline, as you can probably see. The slide expired. So I am actually, I said I was going to soak the slide in. I might do the slide soaking today too. Thanks for that reminder. On the site right there. Where are we now? Here, it's composed to, okay. I think I might be right. I might have guessed it correct. I put a little tiny notch right there as my guess. This little notch right here, so. Alright. I'm watching it through. You will soon be exposed. You're starting to. Your intake will be exposed pretty soon. And then I'll break the siphon and then plug it out so I don't have no water coming back in. It's a good amount. Huh. Okay. A good amount pumping. Remember we went all the way down to here. So that's all the water I would have normally lifted and bucketed to put in the tank. Yep. Still pumping it down. Yeah, some of the pump is now exposed. We're coming down to the intake now, must be. Very soon, it will start sucking here. Very soon. Probably in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Not sucking yet? Ah, see? There you go. I was right. So now I'll break the siphon first. Let me see. Why did I say break siphon? Yes, because if I shut it off, that's what was going to happen. Okay. No. Is this what I want to do? No, I should no. Actually, not touch that. No. No. What I want to do. Because what I just thought I was going to wet me up. Just take the unit out of the water. That's why you had this right here waiting for you. I remember now. I would have to worry about the pump gurgling. Because remember, this is a unit that can run dry. Push it down right here, so. Plug it out. There we go. That's it. Everybody, just wanted to show you this. This is why I thought I'm liking the fish tank as a mixing chamber. Now I know if I was using RODI water I wouldn't have this lime scale issue build up. And quite frankly, if I wash this out, my experience so far has been once I wash this out immediately after and then fill it, I don't have no issues. It's only because of what happened to me today and I was rushing to go to work and finish. I left this sitting down. I didn't have no time to clean up. So I come home now to clean up. And oh boy, this is sitting down dry. So I had to scrub it and you're going to have to scrub it. So that's where the vinegar comes in. So with the vinegar, things were able to come off easily. And not so in a bucket. So I get this back brand new, wash it. I'm going to wash it out really good and get out all that vinegar residue.